La Gringa Mas Latina. K. Marie, how
Hey.
are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. You're lucky I don't charge a late fee, or else,
Listen, okay, so
like
here's the
Blockbuster.
deal. Here's the deal. So we scheduled this podcast, right? And I was like, let's schedule around your schedule, Fed. And then he said 3:30. And then of course, yo soy madre. So I was like helping my daughter do this boat project, homework, trying to get my little one to go to sleep. And then like I get a text from you completely over my head. And you're like, are you ready? I was like, what time is it? What? I'm 20 minutes late. I'm so sorry.
No, it's good. It's good. You have like a limited late passes since you're a mom. You know,
Thank you.
all I got to
I
do
need
is all I have to do is worry about my dog and make sure he's fed, and I'm pretty good.
There you go.
Yeah. He takes care more about like my emotions than I do about his.
I
So
think that that's for all dogs. My dog is the same way. He's my therapy dog.
yeah, it's way different than a kid. I don't know.
Uh-huh.
Even though I have a little sister, but yeah, as soon as it starts getting like really like serious, like I'm like, okay, I'm gonna sub out, mom, tag you in.
Take you in. I'm
Yeah,
over it. No.
yeah, you take care of that, and then I'll be here when she wants to, like, I don't know, watch Star Wars or something. That's
I
usually how.
guarantee you she'll wake up while we're doing this podcast with my luck, and then, I'll have to have her in my arms. But that's just how it is. That's how my life is now when we're working from home.
Right.
Yeah.
Happy New Year! I think this is the first time we've talked since like
Since last year.
since like last year.
How's
So
your
crazy.
2021?
Happy 2021. How long do you say Happy New Year till? What's your cutoff?
I don't think I've really said Happy New Year at all because nothing's really as happy as it should be.
That's
So I
very
feel
true.
like it's
Wow, that
really
was deep.
awkward. Deep.
That
No, I
dug
just
in.
feel like it's awkward being like Happy New Year. We're going through like almost a civil war, and let's just prepare. In a pandemic, Happy New Year. It feels
Yeah,
weird, so I just don't say it.
it's kind of weird because, like, retrospect, last March we were like, oh, by 2021, dude, this is gonna be perfect. It's gonna
I
be
think
great.
we thought that this was going to be over in a few months, and it wasn't.
It's kind of weird how like we're closer to March than, like, we didn't expect to be this close to March and then still be like where we're at.
Yeah.
So that's kind of like, fuck. It's almost been a whole year here. So yeah, I don't know. How are the kids? How are you staying sane?
As you could tell, you found me today on a non-sane day because I had to build a boat out
How was
of
the boat building? What's the
things.
process? What did they make you do? Was it
So I feel like I'm one of those parents that like does the bare minimum for like the homework area because I was never good at school. I sucked at school.
Me either.
And
I was terrible.
Can you hear those? The
No.
things? No? Hold on. Let me undo my before we go further because I know this is going to happen with the notifications. Okay, so what I was saying was I feel like I do the bare minimum like possible because I sucked at school myself. I was just like one of the I had an A in gym, of course, because I'm super athletic. And then I got a couple B's, and then I had like a couple C's, a C in Spanish, by the way. And then
How ironic.
Yeah, right. And then I got no D's or F's. I was always like average. I was like always like, okay, I'm good with being like the average.
Yeah.
That's cool. And so with Marley and her homework, when I have to do her homework, I just do whatever. So like she needed, oh shoot, she's crying. Hold on.
You go for it. Oh, there she is. Presley, little baby. Oh my goodness.
Hold on. Got milk.
Cute little baby. Oh, she's so cute. She's getting so big.
I know, right? She's such a little nugget. Okay, I'm here. So, what were we talking about?
How bad you were at school, and then you helping Marley out in school. You do the bare minimum.
Yeah, I do the bare minimum. So like she told me we needed to create a boat. I was like, boom, got this. Couple bottles, put a little cardboard. Let's make put a little straw and a little I don't know, what do you call it? Not the flag, the
staff?
Yeah, that thing.
Uh-huh.
Or like whatever I see in pictures. Boom, it's a catamaran. Took 2 Fiji bottles, sold. Signed, sealed, delivered.
That's very Hispanic mom of you because my mom, like when I was in school, there was a lot of moms that were very like super over the top and like cool. My mom was like, find a couple stuff you got here at home,
figure it out.
Let's do it. Or like I'll see like the moms. I remember when I was in elementary school, I always get really jealous because some of the moms will like pack like these really like elaborate lunches.
Listen, my mom was bare minimum mom too with that. Like lunches were very like, here's a half an orange and a couple chips. And I was like, this is no chips. This is like 5 chips. I can't. No,
there used to be moms that used to write messages in the lunchbox. And I told my mom once, I remember I was like, Mom, can you write me like a message on my thing? Like all the kids do. She looked at me, with the bags under her eyes.
Yeah.
¿Crees que yo tengo tipo para eso, Fernando Manuel?
Fernando Manuel, when she says your middle name.
It's go time. When she says my middle name, it's run to your room, it's get out the house. So as soon as she said that, I was like, I'm out of here. I'm out. Okay, you know what? No notes, it's cool. But I grew up on bread, ham, just like one ham, bread on both sides.
The bologna? No, the bologna, the circle one?
No. It was like this thin ass ham. Like it was so thin. She put it on there, boom, go to school. And then an overripe banana. It was a lunch of champions. It really was. Yeah, it brings out character.
I love your mom.
Yeah, she's the best. She's the best. She was at first she was really excited over my birthday, but then she realized that like I'm not a child anymore. So I mean she's getting older. And then she was she's like, oh damn, you are 21 now. Yeah. I mean 22. But what I like about you, Kay, my favorite part about you is how you've gotten into the Spanish like world of entertainment and like the Spanish world of media. And a lot of people always like when we post something or we post videos or whatever, a lot of people always ask me, they're like, wait, so she's Hispanic? I go, no.
It's the continuous question of my life.
So where's she from? I go, she's from like Minnesota. And they go, wait, but like her parents are Hispanic, right? And I go, no. And then she was like, wait, so she does radio in English? I go, no, it's in Spanish.
No, it's like so funny because that was my actual goal when I was learning Spanish. I was like, I want to get to the point where I can speak so well that Latinos get confused. And so I was like, yes. So when people started saying, oh, aren't you like half Cuban or half this or half that? I was like, nope.
I used to think the same thing before I started working at Do. When I would listen to you, I was like, oh yeah, like she's Hispanic. Like she has some sort of Hispanic, and she has to. Like, like she's a Chico. She knows too much. She can
but I live it, breathe it. I mean, I don't fake it like Hilaria, but I don't. I actually say in my name, La Gringa Mas Latina. Yeah. I make sure everybody knows I'm Gringa. But even with that name, people still think I'm half. Yeah. Like, I don't know. They still think I'm Latina somehow. No, but the thing is that I always try to have my accent be like street Spanish. Like I didn't like when I was in high school and I would listen to my Spanish teacher speak Spanish. I was like, that is the ugliest accent ever. Like I don't want to sound like a white girl speaking Spanish. I want to sound like a Latina. Yeah. So when I would listen to like, I say you guys like all Latinos, but when I would listen to any Latino speaking, I would like hear the whole sentence and how it was said with the slang, whether the word was said improperly just because it's out of, out of
where
comfort, you're from. And where you're from. And I would try to mimic it. I'd try to repeat that. And I'd really, really focus on like the slang. Yeah. I wanted to talk like that. ¿Cómo tú estás? Instead of ¿cómo estás? Like
right. I still try to do that. And it's like one of those things from working from home. Cause like, I'm doing my shows from like my room. And then my mom will walk in and say, you said that wrong, right? It's like, Mom, I did it on purpose. Like, that's how I talk.
That's how I talk.
It's like, but that's not Spanish. I go, yeah, but that's the way that I talk, Mom. Let me do my little thing. And then she looks at me for a minute. Then she's like, Yeah, I think I've overstepped. Okay.
Déjame vivir.
Yeah,
Déjame vivir.
yeah. She, like, in her head, you see her face. She's like, "Oh yeah, I overstepped. Okay, I'm gonna go bother someone else." And then she goes and she starts bothering the other. Presley, what do you think on the matter? Are you speaking Spanish yet? Or you?
Oh, that's another topic, by the way.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, the whole like teaching your kids English and Spanish and like how much Latinos quiere meter. I'm saying this because it's the truth.
Oh,
Okay.
tell me. Yeah.
The
Preach.
amount of comments that I've gotten about if Marley speaks Spanish. Okay, for example, because this is Presley, but Marley, my 7-year-old, she prefers English.
Of course.
We spoke to her in Spanish when she was little, but at the same time, I had so many people tell me, DM me, tú deberías hablar en español con ella, tú deberías hacer eso, tú deberías hacer eso. To the point where I would get so upset. There was one time I was at Dolphin Mall.
Oh no.
And this woman walked
just by saying Dolphin Mall, I already know.
Listen, it was right by the DSW at a little kiosk that had all the candies, and Marley wanted some. So we went there, and the woman that worked it, I remember this moment. Sorry, Presley just farted. Did you hear that?
No, I didn't hear it.
You could rewind if you want to and replay.
Replay.
You're welcome. It's probably not the only one. So so basically I was like, you know, she was like, oh, qué linda la niña, qué hermosa. And I was like, gracias, muchas gracias. Y ella dice, pero, ¿y tú estás hablando tú estás hablando en español con ella? And I was like, sí, a veces, porque en este punto ella quiere hablar en inglés.
Right.
Y ella dice, no, tú tienes que hablar en español con ella, porque ya cuando ella va para la escuela, ya ella va a aprender su inglés. And I said, sí, pero hay un problema, que yo soy gringa y mi marido es dominicano. So, ¿qué pasa? Si yo hablo solamente en español con mi hija y ella no habla en inglés, ¿tú sabes lo que va a pasar? Mi madre, mi padre, mi hermana, nadie va a tener la oportunidad de hablar y comunicar con ella. So, inglés y español es importante, no solamente español. Y recuerda, estamos en los Estados Unidos y yo creo que a veces, and I'm saying this just like flat out, I've said this multiple times, I know this will bother some people, but sometimes when you live in Miami, you forget that if you drive 30 minutes north, it's pure English.
Yeah.
So people think about Spanish. Yeah, that's very important. Spanish is important. English is very important, you know? It's just kind of like you have to have the balance, and every family has their balance. Marley, cuando no estoy or cuando ella está con mi suegra, she speaks perfect Spanish. She's great. She just, with us, she doesn't want to speak Spanish.
I mean, yeah. I mean, if that's what you guys talk in the, like, it's weird because if you guys talk English at home, yeah, it would be weird for her to all of a sudden be like, I want to speak Spanish to you. You know what I'm saying? It's weird, but I feel like it's one thing that you always have to deal with. That like you're like, does it get annoying sometimes that you're always getting like parenting advice from like Instagram? Because that would piss me off.
Sometimes I want the advice when I ask for it.
Right.
You know, there's a difference.
Because I feel like sometimes it's like, oh, you post a picture with Marley or with Presley, and then it's like just a normal selfie, or like, oh my gosh, I love my daughters, and then you'll get
one time I have a lot of times she's naked. Yeah. A lot of times Presley's naked. She loves being naked. This girl, when I take off her clothes, she starts having a little party. It's like she loves being without clothes. I'm a person, I love being without socks. When I was younger, I was always like with the least amount possible when I was a baby. Just, she likes it. So and honestly, she spits up so much and drools so much. And I'm like, I have to change her like, you know,
that's a lot of laundry.
So it's a lot of laundry. So I'm like, you know what? If I just don't put clothes on her, I don't have to do laundry. You know?
No, so like babies are like human heaters.
Yes,
anyway,
they're fine. I just make sure she's warm. Either way, a woman wrote me basically saying, why do you always don't have any clothes on her? Do you need clothes? I'll send you some to put on your baby. And I'm just like, that
pisses me off too, because it's like they're not even trying to be nice about it. Like, no, this bitch straight up, she was like,
no, but then, God forbid, I respond and say, you know what? I really don't need your advice or something. If I respond, I've learned to not respond because, you know, I really shouldn't. But But when I do, God forbid, then what their response usually is, ay, no tomas eso mal, gringa, solo fue un consejo.
Well,
And then
I insulted you, but it was a consejo.
exactly. I think,
Come on. I've been good. I've been good at when people try to DM me or like I ask a question or like I'll put a clip on Instagram and it's like a question that's like a little bit out there or whatever. I've been good at like entering. And there it is. And there it is. Mommy duty. 1-on-1. Moth. The bottle with the chin. Oh. That's like 1,000 points right there. Oh my gosh. I know you do shows like that. I know
I'm supposed to have my mic stand, but I'm on a bed. And so the problem is the mic stand will tip over on this bed.
That's true.
So I have to hold the mic.
No. I will say, Gringa, your multitasking skills is like it's at its peak. It's at like 1,000.
I just feel like everybody can relate. All the moms, especially, and parents that have kids and they're working from home, they can relate to this. Like this podcast, and you're watching this, you're not the only one. I don't have help. I don't have my parents here. I just have Moth, and Moth has to work. So I have to deal with stuff alone. I have a crazy messy house right now. After this podcast, guess what I got to do? I got to clean it all up. I got to do laundry. Got to make sure she's happy. There's a lot to do.
I don't know how you do it, sis. I don't know how you do it. I don't know.
I don't either at times, but I don't think I do it all the time. So like, I think some days I'm okay with not doing it and not doing it. I've realized what my limits are in this quarantine. Like,
right.
You know, what I could do with us working from the building, I can't always do at home. Like I can't sometimes like, it's not like 9 to 5 anymore. Like my shift is not just when I'm on the air. Like if I can't because Presley needs me and I can't blog or I can't do something for social media, then guess what I have to do? I have to wait to do it when she falls asleep. When she falls asleep, it might be 7 p.m. That's when I'm going to sit down and do my work. I just have to you have to figure out how to juggle and balance. And I think I've figured out a little flow, but this is the new normal.
No, I think you figured out not just a little flow. I think you figured out a flow. Because I think you do it really well. Like I was thinking about it because I was like, I've been wanting to ask you to come on my podcast for like months, like pre-pandemic. But I was always like scared to ask you because I know that like as soon as you're done with your show, you're like running out because now you have to be a mom, you know?
Yeah.
So then I was like, I'm not gonna make her like stay later so she can be on my podcast. But now
that's dumb.
No, but not because of the pandemic. Not because of all this. It's easier because I was just like hop on the StreamYard, you know, and it's like it's no big deal, you know?
Yeah, it's so different now and everything's evolved, like digitally, everything's evolved. Like the StreamYard, the way that you can see, you know, the StreamYard for people who don't know is what we're recording on right now and how you see both of us on this same page. And it makes it easier for podcasters and people who want to do interviews like this. It's just like everything has changed and evolved. People are learning about the new technology to be able to make their jobs easier.
Although
and it's actually changing whether people are actually going to go back to work. Like I know a lot of companies are rethinking whether or not people are going to go back to work, like whether or not they're going to just have people work from home.
Yeah. You know? Yeah. And that's scary. Personally, like I can't wait until like they're like, everybody go back. Oh my God.
I don't think it'll be like that though. I think it'll be like one by one.
Oh yeah, it'll be one by one, but you get what I mean. You know, when it's like, you know, everybody go do their thing. Because in the first couple of months, that shit was rough, bro. Like just like I was so used to like not being at home at all to like me being home. My dad working from home. The kids doing school from home. So it's like, okay, guys, I need to do this. Can you guys be quiet for like 10 minutes? Oh, okay, cool. And then you have like the parents coming into the room. Why'd you say that? Hey, how about you don't talk about that subject? And it's like, yo, Dad, I don't tell you how to do your job. Don't tell me how to do my job.
Yeah.
And then it's like, they start taking offense to that. And it's like, this wouldn't happen if I was at the, you know what I'm saying? If I was at the building. But I feel like I think everybody has started to sort of find their comfort zone with it.
Oh my God, sorry, she's pooping. We're good. You're welcome. This is all a gift for you, Fer.
Nice. No, Presley, thank you. Presley, thank you. I can smell it through the phone. That's wonderful. Great smell.
So sorry. Keep going.
No, but I was just saying how like everybody has, I think now sort of found their routine. Like now I'm comfortable being home multiple times a day. Once in a while I'll go out and I'll run, or like I'll go and eat with a friend and make sure it's like, all outside and shit like that. But yeah, it's crazy. Never in a thousand years would I have imagined that we'd sort of be in this sort of spot. I don't know. It's really weird. It's really weird.
I agree.
Yeah. So let's go back. You're talking about how your goal was to do radio in Spanish.
Was it?
I don't know. That's what you said.
No, my goal was to speak Spanish well enough that Latinos would get me confused with being a Latina.
Okay.
I didn't know what I wanted to do. This radio fell in my lap. It was not like my dream. I never had a dream of being in radio. I was just invited to a radio station because my first boss in radio saw me dancing bachata and salsa and at a Grupo Extreme concert. You're too young to know them.
No,
but Grupo Extreme, shorty. Oh my God, no. Shorty, baby girl, you look so fine. Gen Z, I hate you. Okay, so either way, I was at that concert in Minnesota after getting back from a trip to the Dominican Republic and dancing bachata, salsa, you name it. And then my boss was like, how do you speak Spanish? You're dancing salsa. You're doing all this stuff. Like, do you want to come to the radio station and visit it? And I was like, sure. So I went thinking how cool. Like anybody who's not in radio, you think, oh, radio's so cool.
Yeah.
Let me go. Sure. Like, cool.
Yeah.
Let me go see what a radio is like. And it was like in Shakopee, Minnesota, the smallest little rinky-dink station. It was on an AM frequency. So it was 15:30 a.m. It was called La Picosa. And he put me on the radio and he started asking people what they should name me. And they ended up naming me La Güera Sabrosa.
La Güera? What's a Güera?
Because Güera, I think if I'm not mistaken, it means like, I think a lot of times, like in Mexico, a lighter skinned Mexican would be a Güera, or a white girl would be called Güera. Anybody that's lighter, something like that. So they called me La Güera Sabrosa. So that was my name for a long time. And I just played along with it thinking, this is not going to be my career. I'm just here visiting.
Right.
Then he invited me back. He's like, oh, would you like to intern? I was like, of course. So I interned for a year. And then I ended up working my way up to being the general manager, even though it's a small company. I know, but I did. And I had my own show. I was the GM. I did sales.
How was that being a Gringa, being the GM of La Picosa, an AM Spanish radio station? How was like, do you ever think about it and you're like, damn, this is kind of nuts?
It wasn't like a big company. We literally had like a handful of people. So it was
still, I mean,
but like running it, I guess, I don't know if I was ready. I don't think I was ready. I think it was good experience for me, but I don't think I did. Like if you put me as a GM now, it would be completely different. Like, or like in a head position now. But then I was like, what am I doing? Just do what you know. Do
what does this button do?
No, but I think I had grown up in the restaurant business, so I was good with people. And since we were a smaller company, it was a lot of like, I had to go and get the checks and go and drive and meet people and go and do the meetings. And, it was a lot of driving and meeting people and relationships and stuff like that. But it was good. It was a good experience.
It was a great way to, it's a great way to do it.
That's all I know.
What happened?
I look good on a resume.
Yeah. Yeah. So how'd you end up here in Miami?
So after I was on the AM station for like 6 years, then I had met somebody that worked at B96 in Minneapolis, a radio station that was like a historic radio station in Minneapolis. And I had always dreamt of working there because I grew up on that radio station. Oh, wow. It was like the Y100 of Miami,
okay,
like
cool.
you grow up, it was like that station.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, I want to, it would be great to work with them, but it's all English. So I was a little scared because I didn't know how to do radio in English. You'd think, oh, it'd be easy. You speak English, but it's different. You have to change.
It's so different.
Your brain changes. It's like,
Everything's
different.
backwards. Everything's backwards.
Yes. So I was like, oh, so he told me that I had a lot to work on, the manager, the program director. And he was like, you have a lot to work on. These are the things I'm going to give you homework. You need to work on them while you're at where you're at. And whenever I feel you're ready, then I'll, and there's an opening, I'll offer it to you. And so it took about a year of like training and like kind of molding me to what I needed to be at. Because at that point I thought I knew radio, but I really didn't know anything.
As one does. Yeah.
And then I went to this English radio station that was on an FM frequency, and it turned to 96.3 now. And I was like, oh, I don't know anything. And so they started me off with literally one shift a week. And then after I was there for about a year, I think it was, then they flipped the radio station.
Oh, wow.
And so they let me go because they flipped it. And if people don't always know, but sometimes they don't forewarn or tell all of the people that work at a station.
So then you walk in and it's like, hey, now it's this.
Yeah, they literally will say, you walk in and they'll say, hey, you're let go. Today starts a new radio station and this is the name, and you no longer fit our format. And I no longer fit the new format. So
what was the new format?
The new format was called K-Twin, and it was like music you would hear at a baseball game. And it was going to be like the Twin station. I don't know. Trust me, I think a lot of people were like confused.
What music do you hear? Like organ music?
I don't know, Fan. That's what their decisions were, not mine. And so I was like, fine, I'm in love anyways. And at that point I had already met Moth.
Oh, wow.
And I was like already looking, hold on one second. So I had already met him because I was trying to network because I knew I wanted to work on the East Coast. And
why?
then
what attracted you?
Well, just bigger markets.
Yeah.
East or I mean that or California. Those are to move up and to get into a bigger market, you just kind of have to.
Right. Oh, okay. So you were thinking radio wise. I thought you were thinking maybe like, I don't know, East Coast.
No, radio wise. And because I love Latinos and stuff, I was like, Miami might be a great fit, or New York. And so I went to the Latin Billboard Awards. I got a hookup and I flew down and I went to the Latin Billboard Awards, and my group kept on linking up with his group. And so I was already talking to him and fell in love with him. And I was like,
what made you fall in love? What was it?
His lips.
Wow.
No, I'm serious. I always say that. It's the truth. I saw him and I was like, those lips do not exist in Minnesota. Who's that guy? He looks very different and exotic and cool. And I just thought he was awesome. And I didn't know who he was when I first met him. And then I realized I was playing a lot of his music at La Picosa. And I had no idea who he was.
Wait, so did you have to do the Google search?
I did Google him, of course. But actually, I didn't do that first. After leaving, I was like, oh, this guy, because he wasn't paying very much mind to me at that event at the Billboard.
Was it on purpose?
On Facebook, probably. But on Facebook, then it says, you may know this person. And I was like, that's that guy that didn't pay much mind.
Damn.
Like, he said something to me before, like the last time I saw him, and he was like, oh, you are so fine, whatever. I was like, well, now it's too late.
Oh,
now I'm leaving. So,
yo, my boy said,
yeah,
get in that DMs.
Yeah, but like that, no, I got in his DM.
You got in his DM.
I hit him up on Facebook, and I was like, hey, it was so nice to meet you in Miami, and da-da-da. And he wrote back, and he was super talkative then on Facebook. So then we started talking at that time it was Skype, and we would do Skype. And then don't.
Y'all with his foot.
Skype. Okay, not crazy Skype, but we would Skype. And then, yeah, he came and met my parents and everything. And then when I lost the job at 96.3 now, I was like, wow. I think it's time to just take a leap of faith without a job, and hopefully I get one when I get down there. And that's when I moved to Miami.
Ballsy, a leap of faith. Was it scary? Because you're like, okay, I sort of want to know. Nothing's secure. Like, you're literally going there and you're like, fuck it, let's see how it goes. I
feel like when I came down, I was not scared because I feel a little privileged because I had my parents to fall back on, and I had a great upbringing to where, like,
how old were you at the time?
What's the worst that can happen? If it doesn't work out, I'd get a come back home and I have a place to live and I have a job because my parents own a restaurant and it was nothing. It was literally just take a leap of faith.
Wait, how old were you at the time?
When I moved down, I was 20. I got pregnant with Marley when I was 26, I think. So 24.
Oh, wow. Okay.
24 when I moved down.
Okay. Yeah. Good age.
Semi-adult. It wasn't like I was a kid. You know?
Yeah.
24? No. Moth and I are coming up on our 10-year anniversary. I don't know. I had kids. Fed, I don't know dates anymore. I don't know what day. What day is today?
It's just Wednesday. Yeah, maybe.
But no, I just took a leap of faith, and I knew I had things to fall back on.
Right.
And it ended up working out. You know, I had no job for 4 months, and my first gig was DJ Laz gave me my first gig.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
That's
and
crazy.
That was the coolest thing ever. Yeah.
And look at it now. Now it's like sort of full circle because now he's with iHeart. So now it's like it's crazy.
Yes.
I'm dying to meet him. Because I used to listen to him. One of the first times I can remember listening to radio was when my mom used to pay this guy who would drive this white bus to take me to school. And he used to round up a whole bunch of kids.
I thought this was going left. I'm sorry.
No, he used to round up all these kids and he just take us to school, right, on this bus.
Yeah.
Hot ass bus, no air.
They played Power.
30. He used to play Power 96. I was 6 years old. And I was out here listening to all these motherfucking jams. Gasolina, Daddy Yankee, on the way to school, 6 years old. And I remember I listened to DJ Laz in the morning. And that's one of the first. Oh, and then I remember my cousin, when I was turning 7, he called Power 96 so they can shout me out. And they shouted me out. So those are like the first. And then I remember when my parents used to take me to school right after like we stopped using this guy. That's when I started listening to Enrique. So it's like, and it's really crazy because these are like my first memories that I can remember of me listening to like the radio and being like, this is fucking awesome. What's going on? You know?
And when I moved down, I didn't really know who DJ Laz was. So I did my research because everybody talked about this famous DJ Laz.
Yeah.
And coming from Minnesota, I didn't know. So I did my research and I was like, this guy's a legend, you know, obviously. And so a job opening came about and, well, not even a meeting came about. And I just was very adamant on like, hey, I'm great at interviews, I think. You know, because I'll go in there and I'm not scared.
Yeah.
I'm not scared to be like, I'm hungry. I want this job. I will deliver, and I'm confident in my skills. And like, I was confident in my demo and everything. And I remember it was him and Jesus Salas, and they sat me down. It was at a restaurant or something. And they were like interviewing multiple people. And they asked me one question that was like, so what are the top 10 artists that are your top 10 favorite artists? And in my mind, I was like, this is a trick question. I was like, okay. Hector Lavoe, Aventura.
And then why did you think it was a trick question?
Because I knew that they were trying to do, there was rumors they were going to do a bilingual station, a Spanglish station. And so I knew about the rumor. And I was like, okay, I got to give them the answer they want to hear because it is me. I just, in the moment, I don't know what my top 10 artists are, you know, so I have to think.
I remember I got asked that same question too when I interviewed there. And like all my music knowledge left my fucking head. And I was like, oh,
I was like,
reggaeton, right?
I know. It's like, so I went and I made sure that I had like a 50-50 in like my top 10. And they're like, okay. Sounds good. And I ended up getting the job. And it was on DJ 106.7 when he had left Power 96 and he went to SBS.
Right.
And so that was my first gig and I had gotten nights to start. And then I ended up moving up to afternoons.
How nerve-wracking. After the interview, were you like sweating? Was it like, fuck, I hope? Or did you know afterwards, you're like, oh, I got this?
I think I was confident in myself. I feel like I bring something different to the table.
You do? No.
Oh. So I feel like there's no other white girl speaking Spanish on Spanish radio here. So I was like, There's nothing. I don't think there is one anywhere else, as far as
No.
I'm concerned. But I
Mhm.
feel like if they want something different, unique, that actually is bilingual, that's
Right.
me. I think I fit perfect for what they were looking for. So I was fine. And if it wasn't meant to be, it wasn't meant to be. I was gonna
Yeah.
move on to the next, you know? But thank God I got the call, and I'm grateful that they gave me my first opportunity. DJ Laz, I'll respect him forever for that.
Yeah.
And yeah.
I mean, and it's crazy if you think about it in hindsight, because like back then you're like, well, like, yeah, nobody does what I'm doing, and like, yeah, it could have been just a cool gimmick, right? Where it's like, oh yeah, we have a white girl that also is like super fluent in Spanish, but now it's like, yeah, but she's also like a really good radio host. You know what I'm saying? Because like I know there's, and you see it a lot of times. There's a lot of people that have like a lot of these gimmicks, and then it's like, but then you're like, okay, yeah, but right,
Yeah.
but remove the gimmick, and it's like,
Yeah. But I don't try to be anything other than myself.
right.
So
No,
like
no,
and that's the part that I feel really happy about, is like a lot of people you hear on the radio and they change their voice.
yeah.
And it's very like,
Yeah. How are you? Yes, the
yeah,
yeah.
what is that? I don't know what that is. We're not in the 80s. I don't know what that is. Oh, 294.9.
That's how you weed out the old heads.
Yeah, but like I get it. It was cool then. I just feel like now it's so much more about being yourself and being relatable, and like, so I think the hardest part actually when I was learning about radio was to get away from that, because I was doing some of that when I was at the first Spanish station I worked at.
Oh yeah, what was your radio voice?
What?
What was your radio voice?
I was just like super high pitched and like on something. Like I was very it was like way too fast, way too loud, I thought I couldn't breathe in between sentences. I was just like, rah. I have a video I'm going to show you.
Please show me.
That I have of a throwback that I'm so embarrassed to ever show people, because you can see me moving up and down the microphone, which nowadays is like a no-no.
Yeah.
You have something called processors and everything. But I like was doing it thinking that that's what you're supposed to do when you talk, and up and down and up, and oh my God, it's probably
you're like, I'm doing radio.
And or PJ or Enrique, they would just be like, they would make so much fun of it. So after when I was gonna move to the English station in Minnesota, he told me that. He goes, you need to wherever you're at up like in that whole like area, you need to come down.
Yeah, put your hands in your pockets, yo.
He goes, because you're talking to me and you don't sound anything like that. Like, why are you sounding like that? Who is that? So I don't know why though. Also, when I speak in Spanish, I feel like my voice goes up an octave or something. It's like a natural weird thing. It's like it goes up. I don't know why.
Yeah, mine does too. So it's normal. I don't know. Whenever I listen to myself in Spanish, I'm always like, I sound kind of squeaky to myself. But then also, I'm also like super hypocritical, I like criticize myself a lot too. So I think it's also that. But whenever I listen to myself in Spanish, it's like, why do I sound like my voice is about to break?
Yeah, I know. It's like the weirdest thing. I'm like, it's natural, but not. I don't know
exactly.
why it's happening, but it's happening. But no, it took a while to just start talking to like my friend, and even my old boss would tell me, you need to put print out a picture, bring a picture of your best friend, put it in front of you, and just talk to her. Pretend you're talking to her. I know it's like the oldest trick in the book, but it works. And I was like, okay, so every single break, I would look at the picture and I'd be like, how would I talk to Maggie? How would I talk to Emily? And I would just like, boom, I would try. And until you realize you just have to be yourself, it's so easy. It's so simple, but there's something about being in front of a microphone that makes you feel like you need to be animated.
Yo, let me tell you, it's hard. And in this past year, that's been my goal. It's like, I feel like I do a half decent job about being myself. But I was also like, okay, great. But I was also thank you. But then I was like, who the fuck am I? Like, who am I? Who am I? So in this past year, and I think I've sort of solved it, or like I've solved it enough where I'm like I'm a little bit happy. But it's always that. It's like, how am I myself? But also, how do I give enough effort so I'm funnier, but I'm also myself?
But I feel like you were always yourself. You were just a very contained version of yourself. Like you were just in a little box, I would put it. And then it's just like and then you just kind of like jumped out of the box. It wasn't like you were in a box as a different person. You were just a little bit more quiet, a little bit more, you were respecting people's positions and,
for sure.
But you just came out of the box. And then now you're just more, you can do what you're capable of and what you can do.
It was a very big confidence thing. Cause like the first maybe like 6 months, 7 months, I was even scared to like, hi, can I ask you
I remember me, I was like, just go in there and ask the question.
Can I ask you a question? Or I'd be like, Gringa, I'm gonna ask this question. Think that's a good
I remember you'd be like, I think I'm gonna ask our boss this question. I'm gonna like maybe in the next couple weeks. I was like, go in there today.
Exactly.
What are you waiting for?
Yo, I used to get so scared because I was like, okay, I'm here where I want to be, and fuck, I think I did this like 10 years earlier than I would have liked to, but okay, but now I can't mess it up because then it's like, okay, if I'm not here, so like, what now? So like in my head, I'm like very I'm like super hypocritical of myself. Always.
Mm-hmm.
Like
all jocks are though.
But then I started realizing that in these past couple of months where it's like, okay, we're all somewhat insane. Like it's not just me, right?
Yeah.
So now I look back on it and I'm like, I'm so stupid. Like I just should have been. But then I think about it. I'm like, okay, but that was normal.
Yes, it was normal, but some people never get out of that funk, and that's what holds them back in radio.
That was my fear.
That's the thing is like you just have to jump it. You just do it.
Right.
You do a demo. So what? What do you have to lose? They tell you need to work on stuff. Okay, work on it. Send another one, or ask this question. And what if they say no? Like you shouldn't ask a ridiculous question in like a meeting per se, and and like you have to be smart, but you should never hold back, especially if it's about you getting better or helping the company or helping the station. Prez, say something.
What did you want to say, Presley?
Say. Oh, you're so cute. You're just so yummy. I just want to eat. Give me the pacifier. Say something. Say ba ba ba. Say mama ma. Can you say mama? She hasn't said anything yet. Hold on. Can you say mama?
Did you put her on the spot? She's not gonna talk now.
She thinks it's a teething toy, and she's probably.
Let me chew on this mic now.
Say something. No pressure. Okay.
Yeah, that's your job, Mom. I'm just going to. But how was it once you like hopped on and you started being on Duo? Was there like an added pressure going into that, or was it just like, okay, business as usual, let's do it, let's rock and roll?
Well, again, I went from SBS to Power 96.
Right.
And so I was going from Power 96 to 94.9.
Right.
And there was a pressure because now I was with my dream Enrique Santos.
Right.
Like, holy crap. Like, I wanted to be as fluent in Spanish so people got me mixed up. I'm working with Enrique. Right. Like, that was just the moment that I was like, whoa. Like, I really achieved something big here. Now you want to talk. I was like, now I want to, I achieved something really big. So cracking the mic the first time, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Enrique was in the room when I did the first break, or I believe he was, or he walked right in right after I did it. And it was just the pressure was on my face. I'm white, so my face turned super red.
Red.
I was so red. You can... So
sweating. You're like, fuck, I hope I put on deodorant today.
I was so hot, but it was so fun. And I was, again, when you go to a new radio station, you just crack the mic once and then the jitters are gone. Then you're like, all right, I got this.
Right.
It's just that first time you're cracking the mic is when it's the scariest, and then it's done. But the adrenaline is good.
Oh, I love it.
If you want to talk, talk. If you don't want to talk, don't talk. Pero estamos haciendo un podcast. Quédate tranquila. ¿Ok? Dios mío, estamos grabando y tú estás interrumpiendo, right? Interruptiendo.
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
something. I created a word. Interrupted.
Me estás interrupt. That's a word I get mixed up with too.
Interruptiendo. Interrupted. I'll ask Instagram. They'll tell me.
No, they'll start DMing you, telling you that you should learn Spanish better.
Oh, probably.
That's what they do. That's what they do.
I get a lot of those, but you know what? The people that support me outweigh all those haters.
Oh yeah, of course.
So I'm good.
Was it always hard? Was it always hard having that mentality of like, okay, fuck these guys? Or did it get to a point where you're like, I kind of hate this. Like, why are y'all being such like part of my friends dickheads?
I'm not gonna lie. I cried a few times. It was tough. Then especially when I first started, it was there was a lot of tough messages I read. But then I got to a place where I was like, I don't care. I love you still. You know, like I love Latinos and you just don't know it yet. You don't get it yet. So if you don't get me, you have to get to know me to understand why I'm on the station, you know?
Yeah.
The reason they didn't give, you could look at it as they gave a white girl a job over a Latino that can speak perfect Spanish.
Well, that's a very pretentious.
But that's what a lot of people
looking for a problem mentality.
That's what people wrote me though. And so, or you could be that person and think about it that way. Or you could say, wow, they picked this gringa because everything that's going on in the world, here's a white girl who loves Latinos and is trying her best to learn about our culture and loves our culture and, you know, wants to be a part of it. Like there's two ways to think about it. I mean, and again, there's no other white girl speaking Spanish in radio. I'm different. There's a bunch of Latinas on radio.
A bunch.
There's not a white girl speaking Spanish on radio.
Right. No, and I would understand it if it was like, okay, yeah, they hired a gringa and then like she fucking sucks. But you don't, you're good. So it's like,
oh, thank you. That's also the other thing. I'm like grateful. That is not just because I'm white. Not because like I actually have years of experience.
Tell him, Presley. What's on your mind? Tell me. What's going on?
Say hi, Vid. Hi. Hi, your mama.
Hi, Presley. Hello.
Muchacha linda.
You go do some push-ups? She's doing push-ups?
She's doing the rocking. I think she'll crawl soon. It's crazy.
Ooh.
Hi, Presley.
Oh. Oh, is she angry?
Yeah, she's a little anxious. You want this? Yes or no? No? So cute. Wasn't that the cutest thing ever?
You just grabbed her face. Oh! Oh my goodness. Oh.
I know. I love it. It's so delicious.
Is she a good baby?
Such a good baby.
Because she's
a baby.
Don't
get me wrong, but she's a good one.
No. But you know, there's some asshole babies.
You're talking about. All babies are beautiful, and all babies are good.
Yeah. Oh.
The engineers would love it if I ruined this mic. No.
Oh,
give me a better one.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Do you have any plans for any goals for 2021? Any plans?
Goals for 2021, like anybody, get fit and healthy.
Right, yeah.
But another goal of mine is... Pero muchacha, déjame en paz. She wants this so bad. 2021, working out, getting healthy per usual. I just want more energy. It's not even about like getting, like I want to get more healthy to have more energy, because when you have kids, it's like you're so tired by the end of the day, but I don't want to feel like obligated to go on a bike I want to have
natural
energy and be excited to get up and be active. Like I'm just exhausted at this point, which is natural. But these noises are crazy. But I just want to like figure that out. I think finding my balance was 2020 and it's just leaking into 2021.
Yeah. I didn't even see it as two separate years. I just see it as like one continuous like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And hi, Mars. Yeah, I'm almost done here. But go get changed and ready. Okay. You want to wear your Healies? Okay, you can put them on. Oh, you might not want to put them on up here. Put them on downstairs. Okay, can you shut the door, please? I want to learn how to lock doors too.
She has Healies?
Healies. Santa gave her.
I used to have Healies. Oh my gosh, I didn't know they still made them.
They do.
I used to
and so she's been practicing.
Yeah, I used to bust my ass all the time with Healies. Yep. I busted my ass the first time I got it because I thought, oh, it's so easy. And then I didn't wear them for like 6 months. And then my cousin, he forced me to learn.
They're scary at first.
Scary as hell.
I thought that they were going to be a piece of cake, not the cake. No.
And then I figured them out. And then I was healing all over the place until like I outgrew them.
Yeah, there you go.
I might just now that I know that they sell them, I might just get a pair.
You need to get Healies.
Yeah.
Can I wear my Healies? Yeah, you can.
I used to get excited when I used to go to the mall or Costco because the floors are really slick.
Yes, and you could just slide around. It's
slide around until the lady comes out. And when I was like 6, 7, Healies were at their peak, yo. So there was ladies out there, like they knew these motherfucking kids are gonna come in this Costco. They're gonna Healy up all over here. So they would stop you. Take off.
You know what's even better though is Marley has a suitcase for the airport that has a scooter attached to it. So she pulls the scooter out and she's literally on her scooter with her suitcase. And everybody says stuff. They're like, oh my gosh, that's so smart. Oh my gosh, this and that.
That's Marley, next level.
I'm finishing a podcast, so you have to wait, okay? Can you stay there? Sure, you can stay there, okay?
That's next level. That is next level. Is that an Amazon purchase? Is that Amazon?
No, it's like Healies website. I wanted to make sure I didn't get some like other type.
I'm talking about the suitcase. No, but there are fake
the suitcase. The suitcase was Zinc. Super cool. Zinc is the website. And I want to get one for an adult. They have them for adults.
Oh, word?
Yep.
Okay. I know what I'm doing after this. But there are fake Healies. I remember some of these kids would walk up out here in 2nd grade with their Airwalks, and those are the fake Healies. And I remember kids would come up to me and they'd be like, look, I got Healies too. And I'd be like, sorry, Chief, I hate to break it to you, but you got the fake Healies.
No, these are the real ones. These are the ones I'm sure Santa got from the website.
Yeah. Yeah. My mom, I remember when I was like 7 or 8, she gave up on Santa. So like they got to a point where she wouldn't even try anymore. And I remember there was one year that she called me at night and she goes, hola, hijo, what are you doing? And I go, homework, mom. And she goes, okay, yo soy en el Polo Norte. I'm at the North Pole right now. And I'm gonna tell Santa what toys you want.
Ay, Dios mío.
She was clearly at a Walmart. And you can hear this at Walmart. It's like, boom, boom. Sign up now for the Target credit card. Sign up and get 5% off your next purchase. And I'd be like, Mom, what was that? She'd be like, oh, it's que, they have a lot of announcements at the North Pole. So what do you want? Do you have Superman? Do you have Batman?
I know. Well,
yeah, I'd be like, do they have like the Flash? And she'll be like, oh, no. These sold. I mean, they already said that another kid has it. Pick something up. She gave up. I
can't deal.
She gave up. I like 7 or 8. Well, I know you're busy, Gringa, and you gotta go do your mom thing.
I'm spent. I'm about to. No, but now we're going outside for activities.
Is that what activities? What does? Hi, Marley.
Say hi, Mars.
How are you? Do you like your Healies? Oh, can she hear me? She can hear me. Do you like your Healies?
Wait, what?
Why is your hair blonde?
Oh, funny story. So Marley, I originally.
No. Do you prefer it dark?
Yeah.
Okay. BRB. Marley, I'm shaving my head tomorrow.
Oh, wait, he had his hair pink for a little bit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Do you think he should do pink again? Yeah. She
Yeah.
said
Yeah, I'm
Now
back in.
Luca came in. Now my dog is in here.
Oh,
This is legit getting out of hand.
Luca. So yeah, what do the activities incur? What are you guys gonna do?
Well, she's practicing her Healies,
Oh,
and then she
nice.
pulls out her skateboard, and she usually will go to a bike and rollerblades.
I
And
always
then
tell you,
they
she's like the
play-
coolest kid I know. Like
Yeah, she's pretty cool.
she's cool. Like if I was her age, she'd be like the one everybody wants to hang out with. Like that's the cool girl.
Yeah, she's pretty fun.
Yeah.
What?
I'm gonna get Healies, and then I'm gonna go over to your crib and we're gonna skate around in Healies.
I dare you.
Yeah, I will get them. I'm not sure if they make size 10 adult male, but
I'm sure they do. They have adult ones on there.
a word. Okay, it's a wrap. Amazon Prime, 2-day shipping. Gringa, I heard you're making a podcast. Can we talk about that? You're starting it off. Ideas?
I
in the
am.
works?
It's in the works.
What made you want to start a podcast?
Just to clarify, I did have a podcast before, and then
Once upon
somehow
a
it
time.
got deleted. So you knew this, right?
No.
I did a podcast with Los Gringos, and I recorded them all. I had them all ready, and then without telling anybody, somebody deleted everything from that Voxpro computer in the station, and so gone it was. So then I kind of like was so upset about that I was just like a little down about doing a podcast. I was, I'm not gonna do it. And then now I want to do one because I feel like it's an extension of what you're doing on air. And that, well, you okay? You're right. It happens to me all the time. I choke on my own spit too sometimes, you know. Okay. So, what do you call it? So it's an extension of what you're doing on the air. You know, you can only speak so much about certain things on the air.
Yeah.
So it's like it's nice to be able to let people in and let them get to know you a little more on these podcasts and be able to talk to people differently. I don't want to be doing like the get interviews. I want to like have conversations with people. Oh my God, I'm sorry. Oh my God, I just Are you good?
That's a tough baby. She didn't even flinch.
She didn't.
That's hardcore.
What? I'm obviously not done. I'm not done. I'm still talking with Fer. Do you
We'll
want
wrap it up.
Okay.
Marley, go.
We gotta wrap it up. I'm losing my baby.
Oh no, baby down.
Baby down. I gotta go.
Down. So yeah, we can look forward to that in 2021.
What?
We can look Huh?
Okay, the baby's in her hands, she said.
Oh, okay. So we can look forward to it 2021, the podcast?
Yes, 2021. It should happen in the next few weeks.
Oh,
I'm
exciting.
You'll be on it.
Exciting. Oh, cool.
We're brain about your life.
Oh,
Your Peruvian life.
My crazy, crazy life. And all the craziness that I've done in the 12 years I've been on this planet. So yeah,
Yes.
definitely. Thank you so much, Gringa.
Thank you, and thanks for putting up with like the interruptions
No,
and everything. It's just part. I always pre-warn, but it's just it's life now.
dude, you're a mom.
I
You know,
do it.
you're a mom. Like it's, you're a hardcore. You're out here doing this life shit, and I'm like, I give my dog a treat, and then I'll give him his little thing, his little food, and then he runs around and goes crazy, and then I'm like, wow, I'm such a good parent. And then I see you, and you're like, okay, let's do this. Let's do this video.
Positive.
Tu 94.9, soy la Gringa Mas Latina.
Literally.
Marley's pulling your hair. Press is over here. Moth is in the kitchen making a song. And it's all, yeah. So, no, you got it. And, I'm super proud of you.
Thank you.
I think you're absolutely amazing. You're such a great mentor. You're such a great friend. I appreciate you so much. So, thank you so much for coming on. I appreciate it.
You too.
Have fun. Have fun with the Healies. I hope
Sounds
Marley.
good. I'll send a video.
Oh, yeah. I hope Marley doesn't scrape her knee. Those hurt really bad.
He says he hopes you don't scrape your knee.
What?
On the Healies. He hopes you don't scrape your knee.
I'll never. Oh.
Okay, bye.
Okay, yeah. No, thank you, Gringa. Appreciate it.
Bye.